siapa ini yang belakang tuh?
Saya ada satu.
Oh ya. Kalian kalau gambar, jangan takut salah. Ya, pokoknya gambarnya harus
Sesuai.
harus senang.
It was a hot and dusty day. But school children on Messah Island are still happy, having just been visited by teachers from Taman Bacaan Pelangi or Rainbow Reading Gardens. Messah Island is a small atoll island located between Komodo Island and Labuan Bajo, East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. No wonder the sight of their journey back to the lodge was extraordinary. Tomorrow morning, Motulz with the Rainbowers team had to go to another remote village to continue their book-sharing program. In the East Nusa Tenggara region, there are still many schools that do not have reading libraries. This problem is common because books' logistical access to schools are very difficult. But today, one of the schools is so excited because they will be visited by the Rainbower team. They will bring a lot of reading books for children. After going through all kinds of roads, the team arrived at the school. They were welcomed by many of village leaders that reciting the spells, and even more by school children. The principal is telling about how happy the children when they were told that their books are on the way coming. Beside that, the village leader was very thankful because since the village don't have any electricity infrastructure, so entertainment for children was only reading books in the school library. When the formal ceremonial event still ongoing, Motulz is prefer to meet the children to hear their stories. Even when Motulz just ask one question, these children are eager to tell a lot about their shoal, even for their terrible school condition.
Jadi kenapa ini begini?
Pengaruh tidak pakai apa? Pakai batu juga banyak. Tidak simpan batu, simpan semen sudah tumbuk-tumbuk kayu. Begitu sudah rusak.
It's an irony, when the logistical access becomes a basic problem for a remote village like this way Moto. Don't think about how to routinely carry bricks and cements, just to bring books is so troublesome. Interestingly, for the children in Moto village, they don't care about those such things, as long as they can play, and read many books for hours at the library.
Wah, sudah masuk tuh. Ayo kita ke sana.
Bukan masuk.
Masuk perpustakaan.
Bukan.
Apa?
Itu tutup.
Itu mau dibuka tuh, lihat tuh. Kau tak lihat itu?
In the middle of chit-chat with these children, Motulz tell them that the opening ceremony is done, and the school library is about to open. Rainbowers decorate this room as a school library. They brought nearly 1,000 new books bought in Jakarta. They provide table, bookshelf, even plastic carpet. They also train local volunteer as librarian and children to carrying a book. Not only providing books, Rainbowers also provide tools for drawing. We all know that all children love to draw. Besides they crave for reading, Now this small school students can also excited for artwork. However, how was this small school first built? Whose initiative? Considering the location of this village, which is quite far from the district, maybe only the local way Moto can tell stories.
I'm a native here.
Orang Moto.
Oh.
Long time ago, I participated in setting up this school with great difficulty.
Gali jalan dari sana. Tidak.
We had to make the road first, because the authority in the main village refused to build a new school.
Kepala desa tidak mau turun tanda tangan.
The school principal didn't want to sign the paper, also the village leader.
Begitu sampai di kecamatan, P&K dulu itu.
Itu tahun
When
berapa?
was that
Tahun
happen?
berapa itu?
Tahun
1982.
82 plus.
Oh.
Artinya
So,
orang tua
many
bisa
parents
dari
from
sini
this
ke
village
sana.
pushed the head of district.
Akhirnya Bapak Camat bersama
Then the head of district come here with education authorities to check.
Tinjau apa benar mereka punya kegiatan.
They want to
gali
check
jalan
right
di
down
bawah
to the
itu.
field.
Sekaligus buat darurat itu sekolah. Tempatnya sederhana.
They agreed to
Kalau
build
hal
just a
apa,
temporary
daun
shelter
bambu
with roof from
dengan
leads and bamboo
bangku
bench.
Bambu itu. Itu kan
We
kita
used to fight
berjuang
for
dulu.
that.
Sehingga tapi utamanya jalan.
But the first priority is a pathway as an access to bring all
Dari
materials.
sini
I think that is a glimpse of the history.
Awalnya.
awal.
By the way, where was the first classroom?
Ya ini.
Oh, itu
Over
Ini
there.
ruang, ini ruang.
Oh, yang ini.
Ini.
Oh, dulu di kelas.
There were used to be 3 classrooms and 1 teacher room.
3
Right
ruangan
there.
dengan 1 kantornya. Nah, ini angkatannya.
By the way, he is one of the alumni.
Alumni.
Iya. alumni.
Yes, second generation alumni. That story is all about struggle, no kidding. Because all comes from the heart, all of our hearts.
For the education?
Indeed.
Biar tidak
This is
tarik
not
pantai
about
hati.
good looking, but it's about a good
Iya,
heart.
itu yang saya moto sekarang.
That is my stance.
Berani.
Bagus, bagus, bagus.
Mungkin
I think that's all.
The changes always starts small, like conviction and desires. It should be conducted since childhood, along with happiness, excitement, and passion. In many limitations, sometimes feeling cheerful can actually find a way out. At the end of the day, it is just a matter on how we define these limitations.